You know, the president is very focused and very in the weeds on the operational details here. And
crisis at the border, sir.
Let's go, you guys. Come on. Come on, let's go.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, we totally believe you, Psaki. Captain America over here. Joe Biden clearly has it under control. He knows what's going on. He knows what is taking place at the border. I totally trust Joe Biden's judgment. He is totally all cognitively there. Yes, Captain America over there definitely has this in the bag. We can trust in Biden. No, I don't believe a word these people say in any way, shape, or form. The Biden crisis, yes, the Biden crisis at the border is getting worse. Even the country of Mexico and their president is acknowledging this, okay? And the United States, the president of the United States and the administration will not acknowledge this. But hey, go figure. Now even Mexicans are saying it's a problem. So what, are they racists now? Are they white supremacists all of a sudden? Okay, here we go. Welcome to Drew Hernandez Live, guys. Hopefully I'm one of your favorite podcast YouTubers here on YouTube. If you guys can do me a huge favor, if you guys can subscribe to the channel, if you see there up on your screen, it looks the same on your phone, but make sure to toggle on all. Because if you just subscribe and you just hit the bell notification, it will not send you a notification if you yourself, okay, this is what YouTube does to you. If you yourself don't toggle on all, you will not get a notification on this channel. So please do that right now real quick. That would be a huge favor to me. Also, share this video far and wide on your Parler, your Gab, wherever you could post a link. Share right now. Smash that like button, destroy that like button. Let's boost the algorithm. Let it know you want to continue to see these videos. If you guys want to support me, Drew Hernandez, Tatum Report, you guys can donate in the link in the description below. This is how you can support me financially and help this podcast continue. Or we do super chats at the end of every single show. I do Q&A. If you guys would like to leave it right now, if I say something crazy in the middle of the podcast, if you guys want to talk about something else at the end of the podcast, I like to interact with you guys through Q&A, and that is how you can support your favorite YouTuber, moi. Also, guys, please do me a huge favor. Share this video. Drop a comment in the section below. Let us know just exactly where you're tuning in from, your city, your state, your country. This is the way. Here we go. top story of the hour. And this is definitely the elephant in the room. And you guys know just how passionate I am when it comes to the Hispanic Latino community at the border, particularly obviously coming from South America, and just how Democrats and radical leftists, they use it as a political tool to prove a political point. And to be fair, conservatives and Republicans do the same thing. There are elected officials that are Republicans that only talk about the border because they know it's going to get them votes, and they don't care about the people. Okay, so here, this show is run by the people, for the people, we the people, that's you the people. So I mean, dude, I started off with lives matter, okay? So I care about humans, all right? So that's why this is so passionate to me, obviously, because I'm Hispanic, and I take serious issue with politicians politicizing human beings for political gain. Whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, I don't care. You're not going to do this to human beings, and this is why this show is so important to me, because these are some serious, very, very graphic issues that are happening at the border. And I'm going to get into some things and some projects I have coming up as well in regards to this, because I truly believe that this is something coming on the horizon that I cannot sit on the bench on, and I have to get involved. So today, some footage of Jen Psaki. Obviously, she represents the administration in the White House, press secretary. They ask her questions on what is going on with the Biden White House. They refuse to call what is taking place at the border a crisis. With all of the unaccompanied minors coming through the border, with all the human trafficking taking place, with the cartels on both sides. Okay, the cartels aren't only in Mexico. This is a fact. The cartels, they function very, very strategically. They're very, very organized. It is organized crime. Okay? The cartels are also in the United States. This is how it works. And because of our weak immigration policies, they get away with it and they make lots of money. This is why this bothers me, because Democrats won't really talk about this. Conservatives, Republicans, to an extent, do they actually care about these people? I don't know. I can only speak for myself. So this is why I am going to continue to be vocal about this. So here's a clip of Jen Psaki refusing to acknowledge that this is a border crisis. Take a look.
Mexico's president, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, says the people coming into the U.S. right now see...
Wrong clip, this one.
Question on the border. The administration has refused to call it a crisis, instead referring to it as a challenge and saying what you call it doesn't make a difference of how you're responding to it. But now today there are over 3,700 children, unaccompanied migrant children, in Border Patrol custody. They're spending on average over 100 hours, 4 days, in these facilities that are jail-like facilities not meant for children. So how can you say that's not a crisis?
Well, I think what Ambassador Jacobson and Secretary Mayorkas were conveying, and what I've conveyed, is it doesn't matter what you call it. It is an enormous challenge. It is something that is front and center for the...
unless Donald Trump is president, or a conservative, or a Republican, right? Just want to insert that little side note.
President. You know, the president is very focused and very in the weeds on the operational details here. And
Crisis at the border, sir.
Let's go, you guys. Come on. Come on, let's go.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much.
on taking and pushing his team to take every step that can be taken to address exactly what you noted, Caitlin, which is the fact that children should not, these Border Patrol facilities are not made for children, that we are focused on expediting the time they spend there, that these HHS shelters are not meant for permanent living, for anyone permanently living there.
Today, Junior! Oh my gosh, get it out. Just say something articulate. My goodness, who hired this lady? You guys know my opinions on Jen Psaki. My gosh, she is an embarrassment to the United States of America. She has no idea what she's talking about. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. She has no clue what the hell she's talking about. Okay? Just yank her. Just you know, like those old Hollywood videos when they're on stage and they get the cane. Just yank her, bro. Just take her out of there. Get someone else. God, for God's sake, please. Get Jen Psaki out of there. Get someone in there that knows what they're talking about. It's a train wreck. This administration sucks. My goodness. Anyways, let's talk about the serious. If you guys agree with that, drop a 1 in the comment section below. If you think Jen Psaki sucks, drop a 1 in the comment section below. Okay, let's get into these serious issues. They're serious issues, okay? Number 1, why do they refuse? Okay? Why do they refuse to call it a crisis? Number 1, they refuse to call it a crisis because it's not politically going to score them points, okay? They refuse to call it a crisis because it is not the right thing to do politically at this time, okay? When Donald Trump is president, it's the Third Reich, Nazi concentration camps. It's the Holocaust all over again. AOC goes to the border. She's kneeling with a photo op as if kids are being gas chambered, right? Why? Because it was politically beneficial to do so. It scored political points with the American people that aren't thinking things through, and they don't understand how politics work. They do certain things at certain times in order to gain and score political points with people that don't think things through. Okay? This is what they do. Now, right now, it is not the right thing politically to do. Okay? I don't care about politics. I'm just telling you how this works. It is not politically acceptable right now or beneficial to call this a border crisis, because once they do, they have to take responsibility for it, because now it's happening under their watch. They cannot blame Donald Trump, even though they try and do, but they literally can't. Okay? They cannot blame Donald Trump. They cannot blame Republicans any longer. Now they control everything. The House, the Senate, the executive branch, everything. Judicial, executive, legislative, they got it all now, right? So now if they come out under their watch in the next few years, as this border crisis continues, they will not acknowledge it. They will not call it for what it is, because now they have to take responsibility for it, because they are in power. It's their responsibility now. It is now their mess, and they don't want to take responsibility for it. Why? Because it's not politically acceptable to do so. It won't score them political points. This is why I tell Hispanics, Democrats, they don't care. Politicians, they don't care, because they only cater to you when it's politically acceptable to do so. They don't care about familia. They don't care about family, okay? They don't care about anybody other than themselves and their own political careers. This is why the Biden administration will fail to acknowledge that there's a crisis at the border, because it's not politically acceptable to do so. Because once they do, they must take the blame for it. But because they can't do that, they refuse to even acknowledge it. So what does that mean to me? That these elite Democrats, elite politicians don't give a damn about you or your familia. So wake up. Because if they did, they would at least acknowledge something right now, and they would stop dog whistling to these Latin American countries to come over here to make a dangerous journey, risking getting raped, risking getting murdered, risking getting kidnapped. You don't even know the half of it. I'm going to get into that tonight, okay? It's very graphic stuff what these people have to go through. And when the Biden administration, when Democrats or radical leftists, they dog whistle, very bad things happen to these communities. It puts them in a very dangerous position. And I don't think that's humanitarian at all. I think that's where this stems, Republican or Democrat. This is where this begins. And it is definitely not a good thing. Now that Trump is gone, it's no longer an issue. Now that Trump is gone, they can't call it a border crisis. Now that Trump is gone, there's no more concentration camps at the border, even though they're using the exact same facilities that Trump used in 2019. Now they're not concentration camps. Now they're just migrant facilities. Why? It's all political optics. It's all political theater. They don't care about familia. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your family that's coming over the southern border. They don't care. You are nothing but a political tool to use as optics for their campaigns and for their political careers. Stop thinking that they care about you. And this, I'm talking about Republicans too, man. There are elite Republicans that only talk about the border because they know that people care about it. They don't really care. They don't care that there's little kids coming into the country. Not all, okay? But there's some. They don't really care that women are getting raped. They don't care. These are nothing but political objects okay? Politicians, elite establishment politicians, they see these immigrants and they view them as political points, political tools. The cartels view them as money, commodities. And we're going to get into that as well. This is all political. They don't care about Hispanics, okay? They don't care about Hispanics. Elitists, Democrats, Republicans, I don't believe that these elite globalists, they're on both sides. I don't believe they care about these immigrants. They just use them for political gain. That's a fact. That is literally a fact. So let's dive a little deeper. So Psaki was also questioned and she was informed because the lady doesn't know what the hell's going on in the world. She's not even aware that the Mexican president came out and slammed the administration for their weak immigration stance and dog whistling to South American countries, putting them in danger, saying that this might actually really benefit criminal cartels. The Mexicans are saying this about the Biden administration, and Jen Psaki doesn't even know. Holy crap. Let me show you the clip. Take a look at this, okay?
Question on the border.
Mexico's president, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, says that people coming into the U.S. right now see President Biden, as the migrant president. Does the White House take that as a compliment?
The migrant, give me a little more context.
Well, he said they see him as the migrant president, and so many feel they're going to reach the United States. We need to work together to regulate the flow because this business can't be tackled from one day to the next.
Well, first, it's Mexico is an important partner.
One thing I want to point out here, notice that this reporter uses the word business. The Mexican president, the Mexican government, they use the word business. And there's a reason for that. He's speaking specifically about criminal cartel, organized crime that's taking advantage of the situation. Notice how Jen Psaki has no idea what he's talking about. Okay? He specifically says tackle organizations. So take a look.
So many feel they're going to reach the United States. We need to work together to regulate the flow because this business can't be tackled from one day to the next.
Well, first, it's Mexico is an important partner in ensuring we're addressing the flow of migrants from Central America through Mexico, many to the border of the United States. We have conveyed privately and publicly as well that the majority of people who come to our border will be turned away. We certainly also recognize that because the president and our administration has made a decision that the way to humanely approach immigration is to allow for unaccompanied minors to come and be treated with humanity and be in safe place while we're trying to get them into homes and sponsored homes that some more may have come to our border, and there have been, of course, a large flow of children across the border. We recognize that, but we made a policy decision because we felt it was the humane approach. But the facts are, the vast majority of people who come to our border are turned away, and the statistics bear that out.
Oh, is it over? Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay, did you guys notice how he uses the word business, right? He's using the word business. The reason why the reporter uses the word business is because he's talking about criminal organized crime with cartels that are in the United States and that are on the Mexican side of the border that take advantage of these situations, okay? And notice how Jen Psaki has no idea what he's talking about. This is dangerous, okay? This lets me know that, the administration, I'll leave it at this, is unwilling to even acknowledge the amount of human smuggling that is taking place at our southern border. Listen, before I get into this, I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care, okay? What we're going to talk about is not being talked about in the MSM, and there's layers to immigration. The drug trafficking, people, unaccompanied minors coming into the country, people coming in illegally, things taking place at the border, the gun trafficking, those are layers to a bigger monster that's under it all. And that monster is human smuggling. The business is a possibly billion-dollar, multi-million at the least dollar industry that these cartels function, not just in Latin America, not just in Mexico, worldwide, okay? This stuff is happening worldwide. And the southern border is a focal point for moolah. Okay, so when an administration comes in like this, they take advantage of it. Not only are the migrants calling Biden the immigration president, the cartels are. These are dollar signs to these people because they view these immigrants as commodities. They view them as dollar signs. They view them as an opportunity to make money. And I'm going to get into this tonight. So I'm going to take you to an article that the Daily Wire, if we can get this up. My good friend Ryan Saavedra over at the Daily Wire broke this down. If you heard the reporter, he was quoting an article that came from Reuters. I'm going to get to that, but I'm going to break down Daily Wire's breakdown of this for you guys because it kind of, wraps it up. There's a few things I want to show you on the actual Reuters article as well. But Mexico worried that Biden is stoking illegal immigration, creating business for organized crime. Report. They see him as the migrant president. Okay, these are Mexicans saying this. The Mexican government. Okay, YouTube? Mexicans are saying this. You virtue signaling YouTubers back there in the back that are constantly demonetizing us. I'm quoting Mexicans, son. Mexicans are criticizing Biden. What are they, white supremacists now? Huh? Let's continue. Mexico's left-wing government is reportedly concerned that Democrat President Joe Biden's policies are sparking a massive surge in illegal immigration to the United States and are providing business for the nation's violent drug cartels. Reuters reported this week. I don't want to see Biden. Oh, God. Okay, just leave him there. Reuters reported this week that according to a government officials and reports, Mexico is worried the new United States administration's asylum policies are stoking illegal immigration and creating business for organized crime. Mexicans are saying this. I'm going to keep reminding you. Mexicans are saying this. Not Mexican Americans or American Mexicans. Mexicans, people born in Mexico. The Mexican president's son. Biden's policies have already significantly impacted the border situation as more than 100,000 migrants were detained last month for illegally trying to enter the United States, the highest total for the month of February since 2006. They go on to say they see him as the migrant president, and so many feel they're going to reach the United States, the Mexican president said of Biden. He said, we need to work together to regulate the flow because this business can't be tackled from one day to the next. Notice how he uses the word business, okay? He's specifically talking about these organized drug cartels that are smuggling humans, making a lot of money. Like I said, Republican, Democrat, I don't give a damn. We're talking about humans. People are making dollars, lots of dollars, and Democrats aren't even willing to acknowledge it. That's what pisses me off. The report said that the Mexican intelligence has found that the cartels are diversifying methods of smuggling and winning clients. This is a very organized business as they eye United States measures that will insensitivize migration. Yes. Some key takeaways from the report include U.S. policies that Mexican officials believe are driving the criminal. Now listen to this, okay? This is what I wanted to show you. U.S. policies that Mexican officials believe are driving the criminal activity include support for victims of gangs and violence, streamlining of the legalization process, and suspension of Trump-era accords that deported people to Central America. The Mexican cartels changed their operation ways from the day Biden took office and are now, the Mexican cartels changed their operations from the day Biden took office and are now showing unprecedented levels of sophistication in their criminal activity, which includes briefing clients. These are the immigrants that are coming from these countries. When Democrats dog whistle, this is who the cartels immediately go after. Okay? This is reality. This is real. I'm not giving you some conservative talking point. I'm giving you reality. They go after briefing clients on the latest immigration rules, using technology to outfox authorities and disguising smuggling operations as travel agencies. The smugglers communicate with the migrants on numerous social media channels to update them on impending checkpoints when freight trains they can jump on pass, where to stay, and how to navigate immigration laws. Those trying to enter the United States are now traveling in smaller groups and are taking less traveled routes to avoid detection. Routes, the report said, were even more dangerous than the other ones. The smugglers are telling the migrants to go to their local authorities and make complaints that they have been the victims of crime. That way they can apply for asylum in the United States. This is all staged. And the migrants are being told to bring children so it is easier for them to apply for asylum. A lot of children get kidnapped because of this. Because a lot of pedophiles and rapists, they're being encouraged to do this, so they kidnap children in order to get over to the United States. That's a fact. And then the kids become unaccompanied because they get caught, they get released, that's not really their child, and they get led into the United States, and the child is just by themselves forever. Forever. Is that humanitarian to any of you out there? It's not to me. This could be avoided if Democrats stopped dog whistling to these communities. To ease their passage, smugglers advise Central American clients to register complaints with authorities, saying they have been victims of extortion, or for young men that they have been faced with death threats from street gangs, the assessments show. Mexico is also concerned that there could be a significant influx in migrants from outside the region, the Caribbean, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. These are all people that'll be human trafficked, just letting you know. As coronavirus-led border restrictions begin easing. The Washington Post reported this week that the scale of Biden's border crisis is so severe that his administration is holding record numbers of unaccompanied migrant teens and children in detention cells for far longer than legally allowed. This ain't Trump's fault. Biden's president now, son. So what now? This is why they won't acknowledge it, because they'll have to take responsibility for it, and it'll be their fault. But they won't do it. Why? Because they don't give a damn. And federal health officials have fallen further behind in their race to find space for them in shelters. Now, let me break a couple things down, if we can bring this down. Notice a couple things. Notice how the Mexican government themselves is acknowledging that right when Biden became president, they immediately got sophisticated. They immediately changed their smuggling ways. This is a criminal enterprise that makes millions of dollars worldwide, outside of America, outside of Mexico. Okay? The problem that's happening at the border, yes, the drug trafficking, yes, all of the trafficking of what's going on with people coming in illegally, obviously the unaccompanied minors, but what is behind this monster? The weapons trafficking, all of these things, all the drugs coming through the border, yes, all these things, but what is the monster behind this? And I've been doing some interviews with people that are working at the border. I have some serious stuff coming out soon, but the biggest problem right now that I'm gathering with all the intel that I'm being taught is the biggest problem is the human trafficking. It's the human smuggling. It makes a lot of money and nobody talks about it. So we're going to talk about it. The journey itself is dangerous. You understand, right? When the Biden administration, when they hint, right? When they hint that they're going to be more lenient at the border, that more people might be able to come into the United States because Orange Man gone. Or when AOC comes out and starts to say, open borders, let them in, let them in, let them in. These are families, these are people. When these third world countries hear this stuff, what they think in their minds is a free ticket to the United States. What happens immediately, okay? Cartels in these countries, they will start to encourage people to leave their countries to make the journey. And once they leave their countries, some of them, if they do get through the southern border of Mexico, some of them will get kidnapped. Some of them will get abducted by criminal cartels. You know those people that are decapitating people in Mexico? Okay? They will abduct them. They will lie to them. There's rapists and criminals that will go to these migrant caravans. They'll find teenage little girls and they'll abduct them. They'll tell them, I'll take you. We'll take you guys to the southern border in Mexico. You guys want to know where to go? We will take you. Never seen ever again. A family will get abducted. They'll kill the father, decapitate him. They'll take the daughter. They'll rape the hell out of her, put her into circulation with sex trafficking, prostitution, some as young as the age of 12. Facts. This is ridiculous. Okay? They'll take the sons. They'll take the kids. They'll actually recruit some of them to actually join the cartels. Did you actually know this? That some of the cartels in Mexico aren't even Mexicans? Yes, there's huge presence of Mexican cartels. But some Mexicans actually hate these people coming from these South American countries into Mexico because some of these people actually end up joining the damn cartels in Mexico. And they start killing each other and killing their own relatives. This is how dangerous this stuff is. This is before they even get to the southern border of the United States. And did you notice? One thing I want you to notice as well. They don't only die from the journey because it's long and they don't have food, they don't have health, they don't have care. No. Some of these people are literally getting abducted. You know, there are in Mexico, when you interview some people that live in Mexico, the way the cartels function, immigrants go missing. Some of these people in these caravans, they go missing. There's been reports of massive, I guess you could call them just death holes. Holes dug like 50, 100 feet deep. Of the Mexican government, there's horror stories of dogs finding human bones and taking it back to communities, and they're looking around, where the hell did this come from? And they find these massive death holes of bodies, okay? Bodies stacked to the top, okay? People decapitated, people mutilated, and some of the Mexican government actually take a look at some of the bodies and they discover that they're not even Mexicans dumped in these holes. So what happens is a lot of these immigrants that get dog whistled from the United States of America from Democrats and retards like AOC, they actually think they can come here. A majority of them in the migrant caravans get abducted, they get put into prostitution, they get raped, they get kidnapped, and they get murdered, and they might wind up, when the cartels are done with them, they just decapitate them. They'll shoot them behind the back of the head and throw them in a ditch somewhere, never to be found ever again. Why? Because a Democrat or a politician said, come to America, now's your time, and they were lied to and thought that they could make it. You put them in dangerous situations like this when you dog whistle to these Hispanic communities, and I'm not going to sit here and tolerate it and be quiet about it. The human trafficking, the sex trafficking, the human smuggling problem is a huge problem right now. And what's ridiculous about this as well is, let's put it this way, okay? Let's put it this way. I'm going to give you two angles. Number one, let's say that some of them actually make it to the southern border. And Jen Psaki has been saying for the past few days, oh, we're making it very clear. We're turning them away. We're turning them away. That's what we're doing. Okay, so to be fair, if they are turning them away, where do they go? These are people coming from Honduras. These are people coming outside of Mexico. So now they're illegally in Mexico with nowhere to go because your political party hinted to these desperate people that now is their time. And so now when they come and they're rejected, they're illegally in Mexico now. So you know what happens? Cartels know this. So they'll approach these families, and you know what they do? They offer them to join cartels. They offer them to become drug dealers. They offer them to become prostitutes. Some of them won't even be offered. They'll just be abducted, and they'll literally just be forced human labor, human trafficked, because they have no voice. They're not citizens of Mexico. This is why I told you. This is not Republican. This is not Democrat. This is not liberal. This is not conservative. What I'm telling you is like some seriously evil stuff that's going on in our world, just at our southern border. And myself, I refuse to stay quiet about these things because these are some serious things we have to talk about. Now they're just going to die. If you dog whistle them to come into this country, they might even get abducted when they reach the Mexican southern border. Lied to. And let's say if they even make it to the United States southern border. They may not even make it into the country. Did you know that Mexicans don't get asylum? You know this, right? The Hondurans might. People from Cuba. I don't know if that's changed yet, but I know Obama put a stop to that. Mexicans don't get asylum. So Mexicans get different treatment. Dude, this thing is so complex. It is so all over the place. But the biggest danger right now that I wanted to talk about is this. You guys have heard the term coyote, right? Coyotes are real. And I know a lot of stupid leftists, when Donald Trump, in one of the debates, the 2020 presidential debates, Donald Trump talked about coyotes. I don't know if was it Donald Trump or was it Mike Pence? One of them talked about coyotes, right? And all these stupid leftists literally thought that they were talking about coyotes. Okay? Like actual coyotes. No, these are human traffickers. Okay? They're on both sides of the southern border. Okay? Now, are there drug traffickers? The list goes on, right? There's something worse than a coyote. There's something worse. And I want to break this down to you guys. I'll just give you a little bit. You know what they're called? They're called falcons. And these people are, I can't explain to you how strategic and well organized and well funded these people really are. For example, at the southern border in Texas, the Rio Grande River, if there's gaps, if there's gateways in the river, you'll have 2 falcons on each side that are scouting. They're giving intel. They're watching. Okay? And they will literally, this all has to do with human smuggling. They will literally tell the families what to do, what to say, where to go. And it's not necessarily to get them into the country. It's to get them wherever their business dealers are wanting them to go. And these falcons, they control these people. They watch these people. And you know what they do? They make millions of dollars by trafficking immigrants. And this is what these people do. I'm giving you guys a very kind of introduction level to who these people are and what they do. It's pure evil. Okay? These people are worse than coyotes. All right? There's literally, they're strategically radioed up. They have different shifts throughout the day. They know when the United States Border Patrol, or they know when they will be there, when they won't be there. They take on different shifts. It is extremely organized. And they make a lot of money. A lot of money. And these poor families get manipulated. These poor families get trafficked. These poor families get separated because you're funneling, you're channeling a business, okay? When you see something that's successful, when you see something that's an opportunity where there's going to be a lot of money to be made, you go for it, right? But in terms of the cartels, coyotes, and these falcons, they go directly for these families because they know that they can make money off of them. This is very dangerous stuff, what I'm talking about with you guys right now, man. This is not conservative. This is not Republican. This is not Democrat. This is not liberal. These are human beings we're talking about. And these falcons are dangerous. They are cartels. They're cartels that are down to kill people. There are reports at the southern border of Border Patrol agents that have been threatened. They've gotten into shootouts. There have been borderline attempted executions of some of our United States Border Patrol agents by these falcons. These people are evil. They scout, they're radioed up, they have technology, they're watching, and they're extremely... You know, I know I have a lot of friends that want to get into covering what's happening at the border. And if you're listening to me right now, like reporters and journalists, do not go down to the southern border by yourself. Because if you have a run-in with one of these people, you do not want to be caught up by yourself in one of these situations. Because the criminal cartels, I think it's in Arizona or Mexico, they control about 30... They're about 30 miles into the United States. These falcons operate. They watch. They scout. They do surveillance. These falcons are about 30 miles into the United States. They are cartel operated. They are cartel function. These people will kill you. They smuggle. They human traffic people. They do like 12-hour shifts. And they only see human beings as commodities. They see them as dollar signs. These are the things that These are the things that Biden will not talk about. These are the things that Jen Psaki will not talk about. This is the criminal enterprise that is taking place when Democrats say, now's the time to come into the country. These falcons, these criminal cartels, they see dollar signs. And they're willing to kill people, kidnap people, lie to people. What happens on the other side of the southern border with these cartels? That's what I want people to start thinking about. Okay? Yes, illegal immigrants are coming through the southern border. Yes, there's bad people coming in. Yes, they have COVID. Yes, it's illegal immigration. But what is, if we want to talk about humanitarian issues, what is taking place before they even get over the southern border? A lot of them are being kidnapped. A lot of them are being raped. A lot of them are being human trafficked, smuggled, and cartels are making millions off of this enterprise. If you don't believe me, like I said, if we can get this up, let's go to this Reuters article that the reporter that was questioning Jen Psaki was referring to and that the Daily Wire covered. This is the original article, just to show you. This is the original article. Exclusive. Migrant president. Biden stirs Mexican ants to over boom time for gangs. Cartels. But this is what I wanted to show you guys here on the bottom. Part of this report stated this. Mexican intelligence shows smugglers. This is the Mexican government, not the United States government. Mexican intelligence shows smugglers' transit costs vary widely. One assessment said an unaccompanied Central American minor could secure passage to the United States border for about $3,250. That's $3,250. By contrast, for African travelers, the rate was $20,000. Asians must also pay more. Okay, so there are price tags to these people. This is real. This is coming from Mexican intelligence. Joe Biden will not talk about this. Jen Psaki will not talk about this. I don't even know why some Republicans are not talking about this. But this is the issue right here. This is a business. This is a business. A child, in the eyes of the cartel, is worth about $3,200. Okay? And maybe the $50 is just a fee for something. But this is the criminal enterprise of how they make money. So if you add all of that up, they are making a lot of money. And they're taking advantage of people. If we can turn this down, they're taking advantage of people. It is a business enterprise. And these human smugglers, these human traffickers, they put price tags on kids, bro. They put price tags on kids. So let me give you some perspective, okay? If you're on the other side of the border and you're hearing, Biden's going to be president. Biden's going to be president. We can all go to the United States. You mean to tell me, okay? You mean to tell me that there aren't some pedophiles out there? There aren't some rapists out there? There aren't some criminal felons out there in Mexico that want to leave their country and flee their country? And they hear, hey, if I can go get a kid that's about $3,200, I can make some money off of that? I'm going to go snatch a kid, kidnap him, take him with me? And these cartels are going to make money? These cartels, they target these things. They'll go for what looks to be family so they get a payday. So some of these immigrants are actually kidnapping each other at the same time. They're not families. Because there's a big payday on the other end for these cartels. And they find these things, they snatch them, and they use them, and they utilize them. And it's this whole just disgusting, evil enterprise, entangled spider web. And a lot of kids get caught up in this. An accompanied minor is worth something. All right, hear what it says. Smugglers' transit costs vary widely. One assessment said an unaccompanied Central American minor, you don't have to get this up, Central American minor could secure passage to the U.S. border for about $3,200. So you probably have some immigrants that are actually kidnapping other kids in order to make $3,200 or to make these human smugglers $3,200. It's passage And it's an enterprise that nobody's talking about. It's an enterprise that is huge. And I don't want to hear leftists. I don't want to hear Democrats. I don't want to hear people sitting here saying, oh, we care so much about the immigrants. We care so much about the Hispanics, when you're not talking about the very things that we just talked about tonight. If you care, then tell the truth. If you care, then tell the American people, AOC, that an unaccompanied minor in Mexico is worth about $3,200 in the eyes of the cartels. So when you dog whistle from South America, come, you have pedophiles, you have rapists, you have kidnappers that are looking for little kids, because if they can get an unaccompanied minor, they know that the falcons are going to see them as dollar signs and will give them passage into the United States. And what happens is because they're not actually related, when they get caught and they get released, the kid is stuck with the state, and the adult or the rapist or the pedophile is released into the United States scot-free. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden and Democrats. Way to care about Hispanics. Absolute filth and garbage. If you agree with what I'm saying, drop a 1 in the comment section below and smash that like button. Listen, we're talking about some serious humanitarian stuff here. This is not Republican. This is not Democrat. This is humans. And as a Hispanic man, I refuse to stay silent. These are some serious things. These are some serious issues. And the root of this problem is putting these people in these situations. And it's not a good thing. Yes, illegal immigration is a problem. But what about even before that? What about these people getting raped? What about these people getting kidnapped? These people getting decapitated, thrown in a death hole, never to be seen ever again. What about these little kids that are getting kidnapped? It's survival of the fittest. This is how this works. They will do anything to get here. We're putting kids, we're putting women, we're putting human beings in some seriously dangerous situations. And the Biden administration will not even call it a crisis. Oh, but they care about Hispanics, right? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. It's garbage. I don't buy it. And any Republican that actually cares, talk about this stuff. If you're going to sit here and say that you care about what's happening at the border, talk about these things. Because any American that's listening to what I'm showing you tonight cannot sit here and say, oh yeah, we should definitely have open borders. The minute America says open borders is the minute all hell will break loose with human smuggling. Cartels will be millionaires. Rapes will go up. Kidnappings will go up. Murders will go up. That's even before they even get to the United States southern border. And I don't care, man. This isn't a white issue. This isn't a brown issue. This is, in my opinion, this is a humanitarian issue, man. I think it's irresponsible of America to dog whistle to desperate people to come to this country when that's going to get them killed or raped or kidnapped. AOC really cares about these people. She would be talking about what I'm talking about right now, but she doesn't. Because I'm not saying this for political gain. I'm not saying this, to beat the libs, bro. I'm not saying this to win a debate. I'm saying this because this is the reality of what's taking place at the southern border. And it's disgusting. And I'm sick of it. But if you guys want to do some super chats, let's do some super chats. I see we have some super chats rolling in. If you guys have any questions about the border, I do have some inside intel of what's taking place. I'm doing some interviews. I will be having some footage coming out. I see people trying to cover the border. They have no idea what they're doing and what's going on, man. These are some seriously deep issues. And as a Hispanic man, I gotta use my platform to talk about this, because this is getting people killed, getting people raped, and Democrats won't even freaking call it a crisis, and it's just pissing me off at this point. So if you guys want to do some super chats, please drop a super chat below. This is how you can support me as a creator, as a host of the Tatum Report. drop a super chat. We're independent, alternative media. We are run by the people, we the people. That's you, the people. Or you can donate directly. The links are in the description below. You can donate at thetatumreport.com. We are not Fox News. We are not CNN. We are run by you. We are supported by you, the Tatum Report Army. So we thank you guys for that. I think we have some super chats rolling in. So let me just pull this up. Think about a question you want to ask. Think about something you'd like to say, something you'd like to add. I truly appreciate it. And we have some super chats right here in the queue. Elizabeth Reese, thank you for the $10 super chat. Elizabeth Reese, we salute you. Elizabeth says, hey, Drew, wasn't Psaki Obama's press secretary? I believe she was involved with the administration. Who do you think is really in charge at the White House? China? Is it Obama 2.0? Either way, I'm afraid for our country. Much love for you and Brandon Tatum. Thank you so much for the super chat, Elizabeth. Honestly, I believe China is in control of the White House. I think Biden is a puppet. He's being told what to do. I think even Obama is a Chinese CCP puppet. I think they are all being told what to do. The deep state is obviously in control. I'll tell you one thing. Joe Biden ain't in control. I'll tell you that. He ain't in control. That dude signed the most executive orders in his first 10 days than any other U.S. president. And he had no idea what those things said. So the deep state is definitely in control. I know a lot of people are fearing for our country. Do not be afraid. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and power and a sound mind. So continue to fight the good fight of faith, righteously speak up, righteously act, and peacefully move and strategically move. Because right now is not the time to be afraid. Right now is the time to stand for this country. Period. Alrighty, Rachel, thank you for the super chat. Rachel, thank you for the $10 super chat. Rachel says, made it on time tonight. You were on fire this week, Drew. It was fun to get away from politics a bit with the Uber and Chauvin stories. Would like to see more topics like those. Yeah, that's why I try and thank you, by the way. Thank you. That's why I try to incorporate pop culture, things that's going on with Disney or, viral videos that don't have anything to do with politics. I try to incorporate things that are kind of outside of politics and give my spin on certain things. And that's kind of what I'm really trying to, I guess for lack of a better term, what I'm really trying to kind of score a touchdown with is becoming a voice that has the ability to engage popular culture. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. And I hope I'm accomplishing that because I want to be someone that could speak about anything. And especially pop culture, because that's where the war is. That's where the culture war is, man. The left dominates the pop culture. So forgive me for trying to tap into that culture war because I don't see a lot of conservatives doing that. It's just the same conservative gotcha talking points. And I'm just trying to become a cultural icon in any way, shape, or form that I can to engage it with truth. That's my heart. That's my vision. That's my intention. Okay, guys, we're doing some super chats tonight. So like I said, if there's any more super chats you guys would like to drop, a question, a comment, a compliment, whatever it is. If you disagree with me, that's fine too. If you want to throw me some money and disagree with me, I'll take it. But we have another super chat from Selfie Dadgum. Selfie Dadgum, we salute you. Thank you for the super chat. Selfie says, Sec of Home Sec bragged about how he dismantled the Trump system. Now he's crying about the mess he made. It's his fault. I agree. You see, but this is what I've been talking about for a while, is the hatred of Donald Trump blinded so many people to the point where there were actually good things. Okay? There were actually good policies that were helping Americans. But because Orange Man is bad and is a white supremacist and he's Adolf Hitler 2.0, he had to be removed immediately. And what Biden ran on is that he would overturn virtually everything Donald Trump did. And look what it's done to the country. Now the country is getting into a worse position than it was with Donald Trump. And whose fault is that? Donald Trump? No, because his policies were in place that were benefiting this country. And now Joe Biden overturned them. And now here we are declining. Have you noticed your gas prices are going up? You like that? I'm sure you don't. But hey, you wanted this. Orange man bad, Biden Messiah. Enjoy. And it's all because of people's blind hatred. They're blind. They hated Donald Trump so much, they didn't care. They would rather live in poverty. It's crazy. It's this weird, evil, twisted mindset that I believe the radical left just dumped on the minds of millions of people, especially Marxist professors in universities. That's where it really went down. We have another super chat. Thank you so much, Debbie Cannett. Thank you. We salute you. We appreciate it. We thank you for the support. Debbie says, I feel so bad anyone is put in such a dangerous situation. And that, Debbie, is... Listen, I'm not looking for clicks here. I'm not looking for views. I'm not looking for shares. I'm not looking for notoriety. I'm not some reporter that's just like looking for the next big story so it benefits my career so I get some kind of reward. No. I talk about these things because these are some serious issues. This is life. This is death. Okay? And the reason why this has to be talked about is because, yeah, obviously, of course, I would love to be sitting in front of a million people and talking about this stuff. But not because I want to be known, not because it's like, oh, this is Drew Hernandez's thing. No, because this stuff matters to me. Okay? This stuff matters to me. These are issues that really, really strike a chord in my soul because politicians view this as political gain. And that's what bothers me. These are human beings we're talking about, and we cannot put them in these positions. I don't understand. I think we have some more super chats coming down the pike right now. Let me see this right here. But thank you. We salute you, Debbie. We have another super chat from Selfie. Again, Selfie Dadgum. Thank you for the second super chat. We salute you. Selfie says, also check out White House on YouTube daily breakdown of briefing. I'll definitely take a look. If it's funny, I'm pretty sure I love it because I love comedy. But I'll definitely take a look at White House I'll see what that is. Knowing YouTube, I'm pretty sure it won't be like something crazy and perverted, but we'll see. So thank you. Thank you so much, Selfie Dadgum. We thank you for the support. I will definitely check that out. I appreciate it. So thank you guys for the support. And like I said, man, I mean, you take a look at the UK, you take a look at Germany, you take a look at this is a worldwide problem. Okay. I'm having some interviews with some DHS agents, people, Border Patrol agents. They keep telling me the same thing. They keep saying, Drew, stop thinking just Mexico. Stop thinking just Honduras. Stop thinking just southern border. These criminal cartels are worldwide, okay? They're making money, smuggling people, immigrants from different countries. And when the U.S. puts out a dog whistle, the U.S. is giving these criminal cartels the opportunity in the black market in regards to humans to make some serious cash. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, it really bothers me. It bothers me because, not just because I'm Hispanic, but it bothers me because these are humans. Like, these are human beings. They're not like, that's why I always rail at conservatives and Republicans. No, don't just, this is not just a talking point, son. I don't care who you are. Yes, the border is an issue. But if you're some Republican, congressman, governor, whatever, if all this is a talking point for you to get some votes, then shame on you, because this is some serious stuff, son. And it bothers me. I don't like politicians. I mean, straight up. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If all you view me is is as a political pawn? Psych. You guys know what I'm talking about. And it's not good. It's not good. So if you guys can do me a huge favor and subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, destroy that like button. If you guys agree with what I'm saying, that this isn't a Republican issue, this is not a Democrat issue, this is a human issue. And we have to stop instigating this because we are funding criminal cartels and their organizations with millions. And this don't bother anybody? It bothers me. If it bothers you, smash that like button, destroy that like button, drop a 1 in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel. It's bothersome, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Well, I thank you guys for tuning in tonight. If you guys can do me a huge favor and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification, but toggle on all, because if you don't, you will not get notified of this live stream. So please do that. Subscribe to this channel right now if you're not subscribed, and hit that bell notification and toggle on all. Share this video far and wide on your Gab, on your Parler, wherever you can post a link. Also, follow me on all my socials. The link is in the description below. You guys can follow me on Gab. You can follow me on Parler, on Twitter, on Instagram. The list goes on. And like I said, guys, please, you guys are the ones that beat the censors. You guys share this stuff wherever you could post a link. The Tatum Report Army, it's up to you to get this footage out. It's up to you to get this show out. So share this wherever you can, because people need to hear this stuff, man. These coyotes, these falcons, this is real stuff. These cartels are no joke, and they're in the United States, and they're making money, son. So we got to call this stuff out. It's up to you to get this information out. I trust you. I know you guys can do it, so please do that. Share this video wherever you can, and I will see you guys Monday? Yeah, I will see you guys Monday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. Be good. Don't get into too much trouble. I love you guys very much, and until next time, guys, always remember, stay free.